Hello, as part of a class I'm taking, I'm supposed to produce a video for you all. So what I've decided to do is a quick review of chapter 7. And there's 4 elements we're going to talk about. One is how to go from soft to loud in dynamics, sudden changes, then from loud to soft. And then what we talked about last class period was going from fast to slow and slow to fast. When it comes to dynamics, one's not easier than the other. You just have to remember that you're preparing for the next sudden dynamic change. So if you're going from soft to loud, where you're going to be conducting up here and quietly, all you're going to need to do is on that prep, go up for the prep and then lower your plane. So your plane's actually going to come down to about here. So you're going to come down to your sternum. So whereas the plane is more up here near your collarbone when you're conducting quietly, go up and then you drop it down to the lower plane. Now when you're doing the opposite, it's a little more challenging but not too hard. So you're going to have the larger pattern down low. The one I talked about was setting like a teacup on a shelf. So you're down low conducting big, then boom, you're just going to, I'll stand up a little bit so you can see that. Say 1, 2, 3, up. And you stay up here. And you can use your left hand if you're mirroring. You can use that left hand as an indicator to sort of say stop. Well, not really stop so much as quiet, because you don't want to do this and stop them. You want to have that sort of soft hand. And it also is effective if you can put your thumb and forefinger together. So you have 1, 2, 3, up, stop, dum, dum. And so those are the 2 ways. Now when it comes to tempo changes, it's a little more challenging in one respect. The easier one is going to be slow to fast, because you can always have a stop at the end of the measure. So if you're going slowly, like 1, 2, 3, you always stop. Then thinking the subdivision in your mind, you take the time to prep for the fast beat. So you have 1, 2, 3, stop, prep, so that prep will be in style and in time. So that one is pretty straightforward. The more challenging one is going fast to slow. And like I said, there is no real prep for fast to slow. Unless you have a 2-to-1 subdivision, meaning where you're going 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, where you could float to that new time. If you don't have a 2-to-1 ratio, you're just going to have to show it on the downbeat, meaning your players are going to, or singers are going to have to know the next tempo. So you're going 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. What I do is I stretch that prep just a tiny bit, but you can't do it too much because you'll pull it out of time. So I'm trying to do is show the slower tempo with a little bit slower drop in my hand. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, don't. And again, the danger is distorting time. So really what needs to happen is your performers need to know what tempo you're going to go to. And when they know that, then it makes it easier to communicate. I talked about Julie Giroux's Italian Rhapsody, where the tempo is running 132 to 54. And the key, which a lot of you don't know it, but the key to it is to have the flute player who has the solo know the tempo. So I can go 1, 2, 2, 3. So you can't really do an effective prep from fast to slow, but you can communicate it through sort of a stretching of the hands and just through letting the players know the change. And what you can also do is give great weight to the slower tempo if it's appropriate. So like 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Give it that weight and not have real high rebounds to hold that tempo down. So anyway, that's a quick review of chapter 7. I hope it's helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in class.